Hi everybody, welcome to Food with Moonfae. I am making a dish I have not made in a while, and it's like a rice dish, but I put meat in it. This is ground chuck, and then I have all my seasonings here, and I have my can of stewed tomatoes. This one is Italian style. It really don't matter what kind. You just need stewed tomatoes. One day I will make my own stewed tomatoes from scratch. Like one day I'll grow my own tomatoes and I will stew them down myself and freeze them for later use. But that day is not today. So I'm using the canned version. I'm assuming the Italian one just has like Italian seasonings like basil and oregano and stuff like that. I'm cutting up oh, you can't even see. Okay, yes, you can. You can. I'm cutting up one small onion because I literally only have 2 onions right now. Like, it's crazy. But I'm cutting these first because I'm a germaphobe, and especially with food, like food safety and all that type of stuff. Like, I'm very paranoid about germs and cross-contamination and stuff like that. So I'm gonna cut this first so that way, like, when I touch this, like, I can already put this in the pan with uncontaminated hands. And you might think, well, just wash your hands. Well, yeah, but still, like, sometimes, I don't know. If you aren't a germaphobe like that, then you don't understand. But anyway, I cut up that one onion. I put it in this pan. And my mom gave me this pan. It's very special to me. So now that's been done, let me put this in the trash. I'm just going to chuck that in the trash. I don't think I need my cutting board anymore, so I'm going to put that in the sink. And now it's the meat part. Ugh, touching the meat. But this is ground chuck, okay? And ground chuck, like ground beef and stuff like that. Like, any beef, it doesn't bother me as much as, like, poultry products do. And pork, I mean, I never like touching any meat, but pork and beef, I feel better about than chicken. I don't know. It's just that salmonella, it just freaks me out, you know? But anyways, I'm just washing my hands over here. You can't see me, but you can hear me. So, just washed my hands. And now, I really wish I had like a tripod where I could like set it right here, and then you could like look over at the pan. But you know, one day I'll have that, and then you guys could like really, really see, you know, the whole process. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of garlic powder, okay? Maybe I should move you up a little bit. Move these. Maybe. Okay, so now you can get like a better view of what's happening over here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic powder. And oh, something else I didn't mention. This ground chuck is like, it's a pound. And it's like half froze. But, you know, you can still defrost in the pan as you cook. Then I'm going to add a generous amount of onion powder because I love onion. And onions have, like, healing properties to them and stuff. I really need to get back to Sam's Club and get, like, 2 of those big things of onion powder because I use so much. Okay, now, Lawry's. Ooh, I love Lawry's. Put a little bit of Lowry's. And then I'm going to put some parsley because you need parsley for this recipe. You just do, okay? Trust me. I hadn't made it for a while, but I remember. And when you look at the amount of parsley, you might be like, oh my God, like that's a lot. It's not. Especially if you like parsley. So I'm going to show you what like. Not see what I mean? Like, you're probably like, oh my God, like that's too much. It's not, okay? Trust me. And you can adjust seasonings as, you know, to your own personal taste or whatever. You might want to add basil or dill or whatever to this. Not to I, but yeah, although I love basil and dill. But anyways, this is what I'm using brown rice for this, but you could use like basmati, you could use Uncle Ben's, you could use jasmine, you could use like the that cheap long grain this I think it's, I have some right now in my cabinet. Yes, about to show you. You could even use this, but just rinse it really, really well, because if not, it's gonna be stuck together, like super duper stuck together and all that. But you could use like any rice for this. You could even use this, or else I would have like cooked with it. But now that I remember, I definitely wild rice. Wild rice would actually be really, really good with this. I really hope this has not expired. It says, okay, I have till July. I'll definitely use this before we get to July, because I don't know if y'all know, but wild rice is very expensive. So I'm just going to, oh my God, I didn't even turn the eye on yet. I was wondering why nothing was sizzling or whatever. So I'm just gonna, now the eye is on, as you can see. Anyways, I'm gonna just cook this, and this is about finished. And then I'm going to like brown this and get the grease, you know, drain the grease off and all that. And then I will be adding the stewed tomatoes. And let me check. This isn't expired, is it? Please don't be, or else my plan is ruined. Nope. It's good till August. And I'm definitely going to clean this lid off before I even open it with my can opener, because ew, would you want that in your freaking food? I don't think so. I know I don't. So I'm going to wash that off first. Anyways, the brown rice is basically done. And then this is finally going to start to do something because I turned the eye on. So yeah, I'll be back. I actually think too, because I have to work for the next like couple of days, and I've had this Dolly Parton's banana nut muffins, and I feel like this would be really, really lovely to have for breakfast. So I think I might, if I have everything I need. Let's see, what does it call for? 2 eggs I got. Oh, shoot. I don't have milk. I don't have butter. But I do have vegetable oil. This is going to have to wait for another. Well, I have margarine, but I don't have milk. So this will just have to wait. I work quite a few days. I am very happy about. So I will just make it like later on in the week. Because I actually, on Tuesday, I'm going to be, baking bread from scratch. So I'll just make it on Tuesday, and then I can have it for Wednesday and Thursday for breakfast. But I do need to make something for breakfast, so I think I'm gonna fry a couple eggs, because this morning I fried 3 eggs, and I had 2 of the Morningstar Farms maple sausages, and I microwaved those. And if you don't know about Morningstar Farms, they're a vegetarian imitation meat brand, and I actually used to be a vegetarian back in from 2019 to 2023. I was a vegetarian. No. the end of 2022. And I don't know. I really do miss it. Like, I want to go back to eating like more vegetarian meals like I used to, but you know, money helps. I know that like you could eat like beans and rice and all that stuff, but I and tofu, which I did, and I used to make my own veggie burgers and all types of stuff. But I don't know, just I don't really talk about like very many personal things over here on this channel. On my other channels I do that, but not over here. But I'll just say this very briefly. When you have like big changes and transitions in life, then sometimes like other things go to the wayside or whatever. Or you have to make changes and whatnot. And this is not like, you know, that's just life. You know, you move and shake with life. So anyways, I'm done talking about all that. Ooh, if you guys want to see, do y'all hear that sizzle? So this is starting to cook now. I think I'm going to put a lid on this so that it could defrost more. Yeah, as you can see, it's still like pretty froze. But I think I'll just put a lid on here and turn the heat down on it, because it's on like 4.5. I'm gonna move it, and don't mind that. I just wiped down my stove like yesterday and earlier today, and then sometimes you miss spots. Anyways, so I just turned that down to like 3.5, and then I'm gonna put the lid on, but it's already starting to smell like really, really nice. So yeah. Ooh, Lord. Oh my God, I lost like 3 pieces of onion by doing that. I was just trying. See, that's why I guess you have to be careful when you do this. That's a bummer. But at least it was just 3 little pieces. So anyway, I'm going to put the lid on, and then I'll be back. I'm going to turn this off too, because yeah, that's totally done. And I do not want the rice to burn. So I just turn that eye off. And I'm going to I turn the rice off, and then I'm going to put the lid on here, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back now. So the ground beef or ground chuck has browned. And so I'm going to add this. And I'm going to add some spinach to this too. I forgot about this part. I forgot to mention this earlier. I'm going to add a little bit of spinach in too. And then also the stewed tomatoes. I cleaned off the top and opened the can. So I'm going to add all of that. Okay. I think I'll add the rice first. First, I'm going to make sure it's cooked all the way. Yep. It is. Had to make sure. Okay. Added some of that. I didn't add the whole pot, but some. And I'm going to have to add more seasoning to this too. I don't even have to taste it to know that I have to do that. I honestly think I may need to transfer this to a bigger cooking vessel, because like to mix it's going to be kind of hard. So get a pot. All right. Gonna just God, I'm so sorry, guys. Did not mean for that to happen. I added about half the bag of spinach. And just gonna mix this. Feel like, yeah, I'm gonna add more rice to this, I think. And I'm gonna add some olive oil. And I'm gonna season this real good. Gonna add some more Lawry's. And I'm gonna add some more onion and garlic powder, but I'm not gonna add any more parsley because all that parsley I added at the beginning is more than enough for the additions I added. Meaning the rice and the stewed tomatoes. I don't need any more parsley. Oh, and then also the spinach. So, okay, so I'll show you guys what everything is looking like right now. And I didn't even have to end up grease or draining it or anything from the ground chuck. So yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. So I'm just gonna let everything get warmed up because remember the spinach is froze. So I'm just gonna let the flavors, you know, meld together. Honestly and truly, I probably needed like 2 cans of this, but I'm just working with what I have. If I can get another can of stewed tomatoes, I will add it because normally I like it a little bit more like soupy than this, but it's still gonna taste good. So I'll be back with the final result. Okay, everybody, so this is the finished product. This is what it looks like. Like I said, if I had honestly 2 more cans of stewed tomatoes, it would look the way I normally like it, but I've already tried it and it's really not bad. It tastes good. It's nice and well seasoned. I'm happy that I had some veggies to add. So that's dinner. And I have like a lot of it. So, and my kids will not eat this. So this would be something for me. And of course, you know, I'll make them something that they would enjoy. So this will last me quite a few days. So I'm happy about that. But I hope you all are doing wonderful. Thank y'all all so much for being here and watching. And I hope you all have something yummy to eat and your bellies are full. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.